table spaces, say your social graces.
Alessia Cara is just 22 years old, and she's already leaving her mark on the music world.
Find me where the wild things are.
Raised just outside Toronto, in Brampton, she started out like so many other young artists today, singing at home, posting clips online.
Both your hands in the holes on my sweater.
What followed was a YouTube fairy tale. A young fan showed it to her music executive father, and soon after, Cara broke through.
And to take over the planet.
She already has 4 top 10 singles in the United States, and her sound often stands out from the crowd, like her hit Here, about feeling out of place at a party.
Oh God, why am I here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That album led to a Juno Award, and last year, the Grammy for Best New Artist, the first Canadian to ever do that.
I'm shaking. I've been like pretend winning Grammys since I was a kid.
Now she's set to perform at next week's Grey Cup halftime show. And she's about to release her second album, The Pains of Growing.
And I can't hide, 'cause growing pains are keeping me up at night.
I met up with Alessia Cara in Toronto. Part of your story is about doing YouTube videos, and one video in particular was seen by a young woman who showed her dad, who is a record company executive. Is that story true?
It is true,
Yeah?
yeah. She was looking for, I guess her dad kind of had her looking online for talent and stuff. You know, she was very young, kind of was in with YouTube and social media. So she was searching one day and stumbled across a cover of mine of this song called Sweater Weather by The Neighborhood. And I had no idea that anybody was gonna even see it, but she somehow contacted me, I think through my Twitter at the time, and then things kind of just happened from there.
How old were you?
I was 16.
And so did any part of you wonder if this was a real thing, or somebody, you know, just pretending that they were connected to a record company?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I even told her that. I was like, I don't know, like I have to talk to my dad because I don't know who this is. I don't know if this is real. I remember searching their website to make sure it wasn't spam, to make sure it was credible. And once I figured out it was credible, to my knowledge anyway, I asked my dad, like, can you please just talk to them?
A lot of people wonder, and I was looking at comments online, who is she? Where is she from? What's her ethnicity? And it turns out you're a kid from Toronto. Do you think you could have sounded this way and have grown up anywhere? Or is there something about Toronto that's kind of connected to your sound and your music?
I don't know. I think I definitely grew up listening to a lot of Canadian artists and just feeling connected to them, like Nelly Furtado, Alanis Morissette, Drake, of course, he's amazing. A bunch of different Canadian musicians. So maybe because I felt connected to them and I'm from there. And I also grew up, of course, around so many different cultures and religions and so many different kinds of people. And I think that's really opened my eyes to so many different things and has made me such an open-minded person. And I think that's kind of transitioned into my music as well, because my music is very open and I try to be very inclusive with that as well. So I think who I am as a person is because of living here, and in turn that has kind of transitioned into the artist that I am.
And the other thing about living here right now is that this is an incredible time for Canadian music. And you mentioned Drake, and there's so many other artists, Justin Bieber, of course, The Weeknd, Shawn Mendes. I don't remember a time, yourself, when there's been this cluster of young Canadians with the kind of international success that you guys have right now. Is there any connection between you? Do you hang out with them? Do you collaborate with them? Do you speak with them?
Yes, I'm friends with a few of them, of course, and although some of us may not necessarily talk every day, I feel so proud every time I see them on TV or hear their song on the radio. There's like a sense of just unity between all of us. I feel like they're my friends, you know, and I think that's because we're all from the same place, doing the same thing, around the same age. There's just a sense of like wanting to support each other, which is really nice, and I'm so proud to be from here and so proud of what they're doing too.
You guys are living in different places, jetting around to concerts and different events and that sort of thing. Where do you connect with I don't know if it's Shawn Mendes or The Weeknd or Justin Bieber or Drake? How and when do you connect with them?
Well, Shawn and I text all the time, actually, and we see each other here and there. I mean, it's hard to be in the same place with anybody, but texting is always really great.
From staying in touch with other young Canadian music stars to connecting with audiences with songs that often carry a message.
And you don't have to change a thing.
think of a song like Scars, and the video in there, there's another example of a song that is so different from what you would normally hear on the radio. How did that song and that video come about?
And I've always wanted to make a song about self-esteem and about body positivity and just a celebration of differences, because I've always been insecure about certain things about myself, and I know a lot of people around me have. And I wanted to just use my voice to say something. And then that kind of turned into the video years later, where I tried very hard to make the lyrics match what was being shown and just display all different kinds of people, different ages, different colors, different everything, in hopes that people can just celebrate themselves a bit more.
Some of your songs, heavy, deep, emotional themes. So I thought to myself, this young woman seems so serious. Then I saw the video of you doing your impersonations.
Oh no.
And you're not always serious.
Give me a Drake song. You used to call me on my, you used to. Oh, I can do the dance, ready? Can you guys see this? Get a footage of this, ready? That was probably the best of all the impressions that I did.
Which one is the real you? Are you the kind of bubbly, comical, fun-loving person, or the deeply serious artist, or you just kind of go step between those two worlds?
I think they're both me. I think we're all everything at once, especially me. I have the side of me that's very, humorous and just loves to make jokes and just say stupid things that make me laugh and the two people around me laugh. But then I have these moments where I do get very emotional and very sensitive, and I go through things just like everybody else. It's different every day, but I think that's the beauty of being a person, is you can be everything at the same time,
You are exceedingly normal. Like talking to you now, it's just like a normal conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
No indication of the kind of stardom that you are enjoying right now. What lessons do you have for young people, particularly young women, who might be watching right now?
I would say, it's hard to be a young woman in this industry. Both being a woman and being young in this industry is difficult. And you're going to be facing a lot of opinions and a lot of voices that may not agree with yours, and that's difficult. But I think what I've learned throughout the time that I've been doing this is just to know when to say no and know that it's okay to say no. And I think it's so important to come out of it being 100% who I am,
When you say no, you mean in terms of do this song or this kind of video? Do you mean professionally or personally?
I think both.
Yeah.
I think both. People always try to tell you who you are, especially when you're in front of all these people. Everyone decides who you are in their own way and decides to pick you apart and tell you all the reasons they don't like you or all the reasons you should change, whether that's outside of the industry or even in the industry. The entertainment world is kind of a weird place to be in sometimes, but I think standing your
all
ground.
These people are watching this, right?
Yeah, I know. They know. I think I've told them a bunch of times already.
Beauty is pain and there's beauty in everything.
They certainly do know that she isn't afraid to use her voice for more than just singing. After winning the Grammy for Best New Artist last year, there was a lot of criticism online, some of it nasty. Claims she wasn't new enough for the category and that another nominee should have won. But in a powerful Instagram post, Cara fought back.
That was hard, and again, not to bring up the whole women card, but it's the truth, and you have to pull it up when it's accurate. And in this case, it just felt like, I don't know, a lot of people will just try to tell you as a young woman that you don't deserve your success, or to try to make you feel guilty for your success. And I was being made to feel like I took something from somebody, when that's never the case with other artists, especially established male artists. You don't ever really see that. So it kind of hurt, and it was unfortunate that whole innocent dream of mine was a little tainted, because I've always dreamt of, winning that. I think a lot of people with the same dream as me would dream of winning a Grammy one day, and so it felt unfortunate that I was made to feel guilty for it. And I made that post because I wanted to stand up for myself, but stand up for any young girl who feels like, they're made to feel guilty for their success or feel like they're not deserving of the things that they've achieved.
If things work out the way you hope they work out, although as I say, they've worked out fantastically to this point, but if they were, the next few years were to unfold the way you hope, what will they look like?
Good question. I don't know. I've always been an album artist. I've always loved artists who have these iconic albums that people remember for a long time, if not forever. And that's always been a dream of mine. I've always wanted to be seen as just a real songwriter and a good songwriter that has these albums that people can listen to years and years from now that will always be relevant. I think that's the dream. So whether that's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, I hope that that's what people will remember me as.
It's a real pleasure meeting you.
Great to meet you
Thank
too.
you very
Thank
much.
you.